Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Just kidding. Hold on, let me turn my camera on. I still am hidden. I'm hidden. Oh shit. Just kidding. Okay. Oh yeah, look at my hair. Woo! Look like I got in a fight with my blow dryer. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But anyways, welcome to my difficult research. Okay, it's never freaking ending. It's one big rabbit hole after another. They run together now. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Happy New Year to everybody. That I didn't, if I didn't get to tell you then when we did our New Year's Eve, that was like a 8-hour shift, but it was fun, and I'm so glad that um, we Liz came on for a little bit. Felicia came on for a while. Lindsay came on for a little bit. I hope you're feeling better if you're here. Christina was in chat, and oh my gosh, uh, I think Lori Day was in chat too. Um, I'm trying to remember. In my mind is is applesauce. Um, and Jay, right? So, anyways, happy New Year's. I was about to say happy Mother's Day, but happy Mother's Day too. Why not? Um, anyways, I've been trying to prepare for Megan Corner as best as possible. Um, Frankly, I get bored myself, so I'm just like, "Meow." My mind wanders. What's up? Hey, every day with Jay and I saw excited utterance too. How is Jolene? I'm like, oh my God, I hope the news of Alex Cox, both being comedians, Jolene and Jolene too. Jolene, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? It was so awesome to have everybody on. But I mean, I pulled up a skit or something of Alex Cox doing his alleged comedy, whatever. Uh, and Jolene's in the same genre, and actually lived in the same area. And turns out, we left on a dun dun dun. Does she know him? Does she know Alex Cox? Does she not know Alex Cox? Holy crap. I hope it didn't like make her sick or anything. And I hope you feel better. We need your Trisha snark, your Trisha is that impressions? um yeah, because you're so good at that. Yeah. She's like, hey. She goes and sits on her damn shelf. That's funny. I'm so glad. And for everybody who was able to be here for New Year's, thank you. It was fun. We had a steady crowd the whole night. Conversation never ended, it's still going. And anyways, I just appreciate you. Appreciate my hat. Okay. You know. Oh, I look like a dork just now. Felicia did really good with hers. She like whittled it out of wood or something. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, me and the poster picture for the lady that works at the DMV, Nene G. Me and the poster picture for the lady that works for the DMV that tells you you forgot the Declaration of Independence. Only because I'm picturing it. Okay. Okay. You got me. That was good. Oh man. I love it. I love the chat. Y'all are my favorite. That's why I usually like to be in the chat. We just cut up, talk shit. It's all alleged. Okay. It covers everywhere I go and everywhere everybody in chat goes. Okay. It's all alleged. Put her damn head on a platter. Can you imagine? There wouldn't be no damn platter left. Mm-mm. Anyways, you do have your hat? Okay, good. Oh, thank you, Winter Sky. Yo, yo, yo. In the car headed home from Target. I'm just picking. Pickup order with my dog. LOL. Well, be safe. And Yeah. Run the allegedly banner. I do. Allegedly. No, I always say it. I say it so much that, I piss a lot of people off pretty much. They're like, "Gosh, she says allegedly too much." And I'm like, "I'm also not getting sued." So there's that part. I'm not trying I piss enough people off with my findings or whatever you wanna call it. So I am not trying to do it anymore. Oh, and also for Stephanie and Colette. I know they're like, I'm trying not to say last names, but I know I suck. It's kinda how my brain works, so I'm trying. But, so it appears everybody except for and I don't think we're gonna, know the identity of Mr. Breakfast, Mr. Bright Breakfast, but and that's okay, we don't have to know. Um, we don't have to know everything. We don't. Believe it or not. Y'all still don't know my social, allegedly. I don't know, you might, but you know what I'm saying? I just find it riddle me this. When especially here in America, we used to have phone books. I don't they might still make them now, I don't really know. Um, you'd always get the cool little well, not cool magnets, but you always had a trusty magnet to go on your fridge, wherever. And you could look up anybody's name and phone number, address, and I'm just like, "Well, what changed? Phones?" Like, what we're okay. That's all of a sudden off limit, like, I don't know. I had a hard time with I didn't know what doxing was for a long time. Oh, thank you. Love you to the beach and back. Oh, that's cute. Danny and Vansy. Thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's and Happy Mother's Day, right? Thank you so much. Oh, man. Um, but yeah. So because it's different from this side. That's what I came to was just like, "Oh, okay." I just everybody on my end, everybody knows our names, so it's just like, "Oh," you have to do the whole wearing the shoe on the other foot kinda thing, and then I'm like, "Oh, okay." Well, it was never on purpose, so anyways, there's that, but so I was going over some, I actually went over some text messages that I had. Remember how I told y'all that there's a lot of things that happen that I just don't remember really well? Not, because there's some people, creators out there talking about how people are asking, like, well, what did Lauren do? What, what, where'd you talk shit? Where are these comments? Where are these texts? And I'm like, do y'all not watch Excited Utterance? Do you not watch Every Day with Jay? Do y'all not watch all these people? That's where it's at. So come on over, to Everyday with Jay, Excited Utterance. I just took a screenshot on accident. And I don't want to sit here and run through the meal because I see I'm already choking up. So not choking up, but tripping on my words. So um yeah, just go there. Hella's been dropping more texts than Lauren could remember. She talks so much shit. Well, one of the things that I still have to go back and analyze is I don't even wanna say it because 'cause I've said it so many times, but Vandersloot, only because I was part of that psyop. I'll just call it a psyop now because that's what it looks like, when you have an unstable, unwell mentally, in my opinion, allegedly, person running and just writing text to provoke whatever, and then running back and then answering herself, and then just what the fuck? What are we doing? Or what are you doing, lady? Crazy lady, in my opinion. So, but I remember that actual post. It was in True Crime Underground, and I'm saying it was Frank Vandersloot is who people were talking about. But then I was taking a shower before coming here to You Find People, and I was like, "Okay, so what was going on at this time?" Because I'm thinking that Lauren could have potentially because she seems to be like this PR wannabe, a strategist or something. I really don't know. Right? I'll let you know as this continues to unfold. Just know that this is a process, and so there's not gonna be just a black or white, "Here are the answers, here are the texts, and now, let public weigh their opinion." Yeah, yada, yada. So, they'll be like, "Well, that's not bad." Well, when you take this, and this, it's a freaking mountain, and it's you can't move it. So that's where I'm at, and I was already trying to talk myself into liking her again, Like, I got to a point where I'm like, "Well, now she's got a big ass platform," and I'm thinking and I mean, I hate to be like this, but I'm thinking business. I'm thinking that's an asset you wanna have in your back pocket for if you need to say something quickly and you make a bigger impact, right? Right. Anyways, so, that's how I kind of began to look at Lauren, like, well, I don't know, a potential tool to use in the future because network, right? Networking. And, I showered for you, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, is it a mystery flu? Because I told my bonus son, I was like, "That ain't no damn COVID." Okay, they started naming everything that after that. I'm like, "We just had regular colds, and we just had regular flus, just the regular stuff, okay?" I'm like, "You're fine. You're not dying." I had bronchitis a lot growing up. But anyways, she is a tool. She is a damn tool. About as useless as, like, one of those specialty tools, though, that's not special, but just difficult. The super flu, oh, shit. Yeah. She used your whole family to make her channel, so you would not technically be using something you all built. Hmm, that's a good way to look at it. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, man, I hope y'all get better because we did a week of that Christmas week with my 16-year-old, and holy crap. Um, yeah, they waited till they were off of school and then they get sick, and I'm like, "What the hell? I didn't sign up for this." Just kidding. I know, bronchitis, y'all, I used to get it so bad every damn year like clockwork, and then I ever since had my first baby, it never came back, allegedly. Just whatever. I wanna jinx myself, but anyways, alright, so, I don't know, I just know that we're gonna do some more diving into what was going on at the time of the Vandersloot whatever, Lauren on Hidden True not Hidden well, her too, Hidden True Crime on True Crime Underground, okay? The post she made where she was running talking shit about Nate, maybe, potentially. Now I have to go back and look at this, so don't come at me, you know, because it's hard to just I don't know. I haven't gone back and analyzed that to get it into context of what was being said. Was Lauren running game? Was she is there okay, I'm gonna tell you why. Why? Okay, so how I'm looking at it is there's Lauren. She's over here. Okay. And then there's her friend Sarah, not crossbody Sarah. Okay. Not the cool chick that was like, we don't ever hang out, Anyways, not in the restaurant, not that chick. But Sarah, who my source has alleged that Lauren and another person who is Mormon has actually allegedly basically struck up a friendship with or pen palship with Lori while in Idaho. I was thinking it was in Arizona. And no. It could have been both for all I know. I don't care. I don't care about that part. It's the hiding part and the being sneaky part. That's the part I don't like. And also, according to my source, my very dependable source, um, uh, and I mean, I've been trying to figure this out too. I've been throwing stuff out there and then, you get a little feedback and you're like, oh, okay, so it's not that one. So we're having to do a lot of figuring out and processing and trying to assess the damage, and there's a lot of damage. So, again, to those creators and those people asking, "Well, what did Lauren do?" I don't know. You're gonna have to commit to digging in. I don't know, or give me a couple months. Give us a couple months. Let us process this. That's all I can do. I mean, there's times when I assess what happened with Lori and my family, it's just like you still think of things and you're like, "Oh, yeah." And you haven't dealt, you haven't even factored that into the equation. So, I mean, like, I didn't factor Megan into this equation, but now I'm having to factor Megan in as well as Joe Schmo, as well as Trisha, as well as Lauren, Grayson. How far does this fucking go? Who's all in on it? What the fuck's going on? Who all did she infiltrate in my family besides my mom, my dad, Colby, other people just twisting the knife, running game, narratives can't be stressed enough. There's so many goddamn narratives ran by this woman. Let me calm down. um, and people just buy it hook, line, and sinker, and that's the dangerous part. And it's been something that I feared for a very long time because holy shit, it's my family. And I mean, if I say if you this is back then, back in 21, 22, and I mean, I wanted to I tried speaking out a little bit. I would drop like little hints and codes, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Some people did. But I mean, it was scary because I mean, holy shit, you don't want to piss off all the gems at once. Mm-mm. So, I mean, is Lauren and John, are they an extension of Lori and Chad's cult? It's a question. Okay. Is Lauren, does she have some kind of hidden agenda? It kind of appears so. She definitely treats it as so, as such. Hiding, and their name is hidden. Okay. So it's like, was she running some kind of, what do you call that? Not is it controlled opposition whenever, like, doing what Lauren did the other day? Not the other day, but when we watched, look, let me see if I can pull it up. I just don't know which one it is. Let's see. Sock puppet cats. Flying monkey. No, so it was after that. Let me just go to. Ooh. That gets me all the time. Not yours, but just everybody's. Okay. I just don't remember what day. 4th round? And ding ding, huh? Okay. Would it be Nate? Yeah, that would be it. All right, let me pull my share screen up. Sorry. And look, this is all one and of the same for me. I know people get a little aggravated, but this isn't just a one subject thing for me. This is all of it. This I guess what you call newer or secondary. The primary is Lori and Chad's crimes, the murders. Yeah, that's the source, of this entire kerfuffle or whatever. Then you have the trauma vultures. You have the Lauren and John hidden true crime. You have all these other people just and they leech on, and the crime con and all the things, and I mean, it just and not only that, but like the sensationalism, cult mom, doomsday mom, just it's got enough drama of its own, all in of itself. I mean, this is like a freaking ready-made like movie script by itself. It's crazy, batshit crazy. So there needs not, we don't need any more drama. So when you have people like Lauren, in my opinion, who come around and are just so fucking bored with themselves, who are obviously only out for themselves, it seems. It really has felt like that for me. Just to watch her infiltrate my family, my parents, not her parents, not her friends. Like that's my parents. And she triangulated that. That hurts. so much. It hurt at the time. So look, it makes me want to cry. It hurts so much. That is deep already when you're traumatized already. It adds salt to the wound. Not only that, but then there was what happened to my friend Jen. And I'm never going to shut up about this. I would love for there to be some apologies, maybe from Lori Hillis. I would like really, really, really appreciate it if you did that. Because I really wanna take up for you right now, Lori, but I can't because I can't, because I will die on that hill, because my friend stood up for not just me, but my family and the victims, and she just and you this happened already before. Okay, so we had a Christina before, except minus the stalking thing, but we had where a friend of mine unknowing like, I didn't know this, okay? I didn't know that my friend was doing this, and it's a girl that I met, she was covering Lori Daybell and Melanie Gibb and their religious crap, but she was actually talking about it. Lauren, Hidden True Crime, was not talking about it. She would not ever say one way or another, "Is this a cult? Is this not a cult?" Instead, Lauren came on her live one night, bawling, and she was, like, very upset about her church and her religion, and I was just like, "Look, call me insensitive, call me what you will, but whenever people continuously put a church and men and people and beliefs above your murdered family, tell me how you would react, in or out of the religion. I don't care who you are." It's just humaning, it's not it has to be LDS or not LDS, Nevermo, whatever. No, we're people. These other things are just labels and beliefs and just I don't know. It's very confusing to me. But whenever you have people who are like, "Oh no, I'm here for the victims." And you're like, "Are you?" And then that's happened again here just with all this shit from Lauren and her 9-hour live and exposing herself and then I've been I've seen some vile ass comments and I'm like, "What the fuck did I do to you?" Like, how are you putting me, okay, in the same category as Lauren? I am not jealous. I'm disgusted. I am so disgusted. I'm offended. I'm grossed out. I'm pissed off. I'm not jealous. The jelly is the one thing I don't have for Lauren, okay? I've got all the other things. Um So, miss me with that and stop. I think that's like what girls did, like, middle school maybe? I don't even know. "You jealous? That's stupid." Come up with something, like, with logic that makes sense. "Oh, yeah." You know? Come on, y'all. Do better. Like, it just got to this place where it was just like, "What the hell?" When you see that over and over and over and over again, and then, the route I took was researching into the church, into the doctrine, into not just the doctrine of the Mormon Church, but, like, the doctrine that Lori and Chad were like, "Oh," their friends were like, "Oh, yeah, don't talk about multiple mortal probations, don't talk about" whatever the hell, Hector. That's where I went. Tell me not to do so I'm gonna look, you know? So, I mean, anyways, but when you see people steadily say they're there for the victims, yet they are not, or they're still taken up for the very institution where this was born, that's a whole nother level. Like I got bigger things to fight, this is none but peons right now, but it pissed me off enough. It pisses me off enough. And I do believe that you would do the same. And if not, please tell me. Let's talk about it. Again, I'm not trying to sway you. Like everybody, like nobody. I don't whatever you do you. But just don't or do whatever. Some people just like to hurt other people. I don't know. I just I don't know. Anyways, so back to this. I'm sorry. I don't mean to lecture or talk. I hope I don't sound like Megan. Oh my god. I just realized like what if I do? Because they said so. Yes. You're welcome. John has that one page in that book down though. What, Visions of Glory? Speaking of. So there was a tip. Don't know, where that comes from just yet, but I mean, can we just let's just play with the idea that perhaps, hmm, Lauren's brother may might have been friends with Tom Harrison's son. Wow, them connections be connecting all the time. And I mean, I'm not surprised by that. I wish I could say I was surprised to hear this alleged possible connection, you know, but I'm not surprised because Lauren already told me herself in her text that Tom Harrison went to the same ward as her. Has anybody ever thought that perhaps Lauren positioned herself for whatever reasons? Maybe there was a bunch of reasons. I really don't know. I don't think we'll ever know, but where she positioned herself the same month that the kids were found on Chad Daybell's property, June 2020, June 9th is whenever they were recovered. I say rescued. I know they were dead. I know, but they were like, I don't know. They're not in like god awful property hidden. So, um, it just, to know that like, Gigi started her podcast the same, I want to say the same day, June 9th, 2000, when the kids were recovered. That doesn't bother me. Why? But it makes me very, very curious, very suspicious of now looking back, calculating all the damage. Okay. And, thank you, Lindsay. Appreciate it. But I mean, oh, okay. What was I saying? Um, yeah. So the fact that Lauren and John started their podcast and then the same month that the kids were recovered, but I want to say after the kids were recovered, but Lauren claims that they had already been sitting around their kitchen table making podcasts. And I don't believe her. I don't believe a damn word this woman says. Not a word. It's like, okay, opposite of what you're saying is what I'm going to maybe probably lean to. It'd be safer and truer, probably. But I just think that Lauren could have been running opposition and jumping in as herself, making a comment on True Crime Underground, and then going and changing to Anon, and then commenting to drive a conversation. Well, I need to look at the context though. So is it to Vandersloot or away from Vandersloot? Is her dogging Nate Eaton, is that genuine? Or is this kind of how this goes? Or at least maybe went in this case. I have no loyalty to either one of them. I really don't. Again, this is my family. Those are the children. Okay. They were murdered there in Idaho. And I mean, you think about hidden gems. Hidden means a cult. The gems, the freaky deaky shit, the coincidence, the quinky dinks, that the 144,000, I'm sorry, the 144 roses, the 144,000, the 144 connection. Then you've got where this proton email is getting allegedly sent and what do you call that? Blind copy to everybody, but we don't know. Anyways, I don't know. I'll leave that to the professionals. And then and so that was June 9th. Okay, that's an anniversary for Tylee and JJ. You've got another reference to the 144 where Lauren and John, they get their YouTube plaque, but she don't want to put it up on her wall because she don't want people to see that she's lazy and doesn't like fix the back of her hair, allegedly. Says Lauren never. Okay. I don't think that woman's ever passed up a mirror or camera that she didn't like. So anyways, um, cool. Thank you, the Tampa. Appreciate it. Um, anyways, my thing is, if Sarah, the one that my source, I believe, is talking about, um, basically striking up a friendship or a pen palship, whatever you call it, with Lori, communication with Lori while she's in prison. Why can't Lauren just be like every other damn reporter? I mean, there's only been Colby, Keith Morrison, Brianna twice, and then Nate. Okay, Lauren, you suck apparently, or she don't like you, and I don't blame her. Okay, I really don't. Y'all both deserve each other, really. You and Lori. Okay, you're morphing into her anyways, kind of freaking me out, if I'm being honest. But if Sarah worked running or help, or she was on, I don't know the terminology to use. So Sarah was be she worked on the campaign for Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney was majorly endorsed, don't Frank Vandersloot endorsed a whole assload of money to Mitt Romney's campaign in 2012. I mean, and Lauren read a resume. I was like, oh shit, on that 9 Hour Live. And I was like, oh my God. Ooh, girl. And I met Sarah. I met her, you know. She's the one that put on the memorial for the kids. Appreciate it, but it's like at what cost? When you know, what's the hidden cost, basically? Not trying to like piss on anybody's, post Odies or anything, but just trying to be real with the magnitude and the depth that potentially, I'm not going to say for sure yet because I don't know yet, but the grips, the claws, the trauma vultures. I'm gonna do what Jade, caw, okay, because that's what they do, and they're like having like wars and shit, battle offs and stuff where who's gonna, and I'm just like, what the. They're like peeing on you, marking territory. It's weird. It's weird. It's grossed me out for so long. Oh, it's grossed me out for a really long time. It should be so not just concerning, but it should be alarming to know. I swear. Thank you, Emily Reyes. I saw Lauren's messages with Lori. Oh my God. She messaged me, or she showed me at trial. They were professional, and she said she was mad about what happened to the kids and Charles and Tammy. Lori Hellis or Lori? There's a lot of Loris. Lola. Thank you. And thank you for going to the trial. I really appreciate that. I'm just kind of absorbing what you said. Like Lori Daybell? If so, that'd be the first. Could corroborate with what my source is saying. It depends on how you're saying that. I don't know. Oh, another thing, like Serenity. Thank you again, Emily. I appreciate you. Serenity says, who will be the next victim of Visions of Glory? But you never ask. I'll be on a show this Thursday. Oh, well, we're doing a pre-record that day. I don't have it open, do I? No. It is Esoteric Atlanta. And sorry, I went to the transcript like a dork. But I mean, I'm just going to show you this because I want to rile you up. It should be right around here. There it is.
What if a near-death experience didn't just show someone the afterlife, but handed them a blueprint for the end of the world? In Visions of Glory, we're introduced to a man known as Spencer, whose alleged near-death experiences reveal societal collapse, spiritual hierarchies, and a chosen few remnant meant to survive what's coming. But here's the glaring problem. Spencer's experiences don't resemble most documented near-death experiences, which are brief, non-doctrinal, and centered on peace and humility. Instead, Spencer's experiences are long, repetitive, highly detailed, and deeply tied to Mormon end times theology. These visions don't dissolve identity, they assign it. These visions don't reduce fear, they organize it. And when spiritual experiences stop offering personal meaning and start issuing warnings, roles, and insider knowledge, they become something else entirely. In this show, we're not going to be asking whether Spencer was lying. Instead, we're going to be asking how visionary experiences, especially within Mormon culture, can transform into systems of fear, authority, and obedience. Because according to visions of glory, the most powerful visions aren't the ones that show you heaven. No, instead, they're the ones that tell you who gets to survive the future.
Bam. I was like, well, damn, she got it nailed. So that was awesome. And she also has a former Mormon, ex-Mormon, who, they collab together and they're digging into the Mormon portion of this. And so I will be there and I'm so excited. I can't wait. Um, yeah, her name is Bryce and Lorene, I believe. Anyway, so y'all check it out. I put the yeah, look, John Pontius stuff right there. Oh, I just passed it up. Yep. That's the one who wrote the book, but Tom Harrison used or contacted Lauren Johnson Matthias and actually sent her a transcript that supposedly took place with the brethren, da 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 da. And he blamed it on everybody else and everything else, and it's not his fault. And it can't do nothing. It's not the book though, and it never has been the book. That's what Lauren has pushed. That's what Megan has pushed. I can tell you that. I used to get aggravated. I'm like, I probably still will get aggravated. I mean, it's okay, the book. Yeah, it's an extension, it's a tool that they can influence people who go to seek it, I've got 2 copies. Um, but it's like, it's the man. He's tied to every single one of these bad actors. That's what I'm gonna call them right now, because not all of them are convicted, it's different array of crimes, but crimes involving children, other children than Tylee and JJ. Like, this is not good. Not good. So there's that. So that'll be Thursday, allegedly. And I just might as well get Megan over with, huh? I don't even know how to do this. It's been so long since I've just schooled somebody. And I mean, I really don't care to prove anything to Megan. She can go get the information just like I got the information, just like you got the information. We're not privileged. We're not special. You don't need empathy. You don't need anything but common sense. Just some damn common sense. Her eyes are closed. This is a new edition, though. This bothers me. It only bothers me because there was an episode I saw with Megan on Web Sleuths a couple weeks back now, that it just, and this is after Trish, I guess, got the memo. Okay. Like when Colby was like, don't include me, blah, blah, blah. Here's Trisha. I don't remember if it was before. It feels like it was after he came and made a line in the sand. Lauren was allegedly in his chat and then removed videos of him after that. So who knows? Who knows what's going on over there? It's all hidden till it's not. But Trisha had Colby on her thumbnail and, oh, we're going to review what Colby did. And I mean, that's great. And it's not great. That's not respecting his boundaries in that sense. Okay. Which has been the whole fucking thing anyways. I'm sorry, I'm cussing. I've been under my breath trying to. It's aggravating. So what happened, there was this appearance that Megan did on Web Sleuths that was like, oh, I'm not even showing y'all the tab. I'm sitting there pointing her eyeballs out and telling you to look at her backdrop. Crazy crash. Well, I don't know if you got them. I'm relighting. But this right here. And so, and again, I don't do you boo, but this was never a thing before. She always showed it up to this shelf right here. And actually, my bad. I accidentally hit that. But I mean, she would angle it way down, and it wouldn't even show the top shelf. But I mean, I guess, okay, yeah, Show it off. Right? Right. I've got them behind me. I've got them behind me. They're everywhere. But they've been like that. And it's not right at a pivotal moment where you're doubling, tripling, quadrupling, I mean, all the things down against me and like my family. Like, I don't understand it, you know? I'm just like, what? And the same evidence, the same videos, the same audio, the same facts are out there. Not your narrative, but the same facts are out there, which is how I dug my ass straight on out of there real quick. And I was like, oh no, oh no. I always watch things more than once because I have a brain. I don't comprehend the comprehensible or whatever the fuck she said. Just saying. Um, I do. I'm a way deeper thinker. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm down in the bowels of it, you know? Like I'm not just surface level. And I mean, I'm sure I am. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to make a talking point, I guess. I don't know. I'm no better, is what I'm saying. I'm no better. I'm no worse. Uh, we people, everybody peopling, humaning. Hello, hi, beautiful humans. Mm-mm. Nope. Hi, beautiful people that are just like me. You know, that's more like it. And it just really sucks because it's just like another person, another friendship relationship, um, cut, wound, trust broken, you know, like all that you have to pick up the pieces and you have to adjust your sails and carry on. And I mean, I have nothing wrong with that. I actually am pretty good at it. It's kind of scary sometimes because I don't want to get too good at it, you know? I don't want it to where when people exit my life that I don't feel anything. I don't want to not have empathy. I don't. I don't want to be like a morally bankrupt person. I'm cynical as all get out, trust me. I mean, it's been a long time of a lot of effed off shit. And I mean, that's where I hope I would get, please give me a little grace. You know, I really do mean well. I really have nothing but good and hope and love in my heart. And I just want to share with everybody. I do. Um, but expectations, right? That's shame on me. It's my fault for letting her in and letting, you know what I mean? Anyways, I have to be accountable for my part in it. And I'm, you know, anyways, but it's like I'm willing to do the work. I don't think Megan has given me the same. In fact, I don't no, she's not given me the same respect whatsoever. And that's one of those things that are lacking that shouldn't lack, you know? Just saying. She always plugged Hidden True Crime. Oh, my friend, Hidden True Crime. And I'm like, I don't ever hear her doing it though. That's just it. Whatever. I don't ever hear her doing it. Nope, Lauren. No. Just saying. But anyway, so let's, I don't know. I'm going to try and speed this up already. I already did, damn it. Okay. I don't know how far we'll get into actually listening to it. I have the transcript written down. I can read.
Now for an update on the case, which I hope to completely leave behind me in 2025. I cannot believe people are still talking about this.
You know what? I can't believe you're still fucking talking about it. Here you are, like a plunger, bringing up old ass shit and then fussing and shaming everybody else because you can't believe we're talking about it. Well, we're over here. Y'all dropped a fucking hand grenade and we're over here. It exploded. Okay. And then we're like over here going, what the fuck just happened? Oh shit. You know, you okay? Everybody okay? Where's Megan? You know, where's Lauren? Oh, we got bombed over here. So we are over here like living through it. We are surviving over here. So I don't know what the privileged little fucking platform you live on, okay? But we're over here assessing all your damage. Okay? Thank you. So you can go miss me with that shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to be so damn snarky or whatever, bitchy. Right out the first damn line. I couldn't even pause it fast enough. It kept going. Anyways.
Update on the case, which I hope to completely leave behind me in 2025. I cannot believe people are still talking about this, but I want to give an update about the Lauren Matthias stalking injunction case. I am first going to report factually on the case, and then I will give some personal commentary because comments about me have become increasingly personal online.
And that is why Megan is can't believe we're still talking about this right now, because she's like, oh shit, they're really starting to picking up traction. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Jolene. Yeah, you guys are doing your service, okay? That is a damn thank you for your service, okay? This one likes to talk. Which is fine, you know? That was one of the things I admired about Megan, was that she could talk and I could not. She could say it eloquently. I'm like, "Oh, here's the things," you know? And I'm just like, I'm talking ebonics over here, you know? But again, also don't hold it against me, because I wasn't raised in this high pressure cooker. Like, I'm glad that I'm as disjointed as I am. I thank God, you know? I don't wanna be wound up so goddamn tight. I can't, you know, my hair's in a bun. I don't. Oh, I don't want to. And that's part of the problem. That's at least been the way I've seen it with Lori, with a lot of Mormon women, period. You guys are so damn wound up tight, you know? And it's like whenever shit goes wrong or sideways, it blows up. And that's like a busted can of biscuits. I'm not laughing, but it's like the busted can of biscuits is gonna, you know, it was funny. Until it hurts other people, and then it's not funny. Till you're in prison for the rest of your life, it's not funny. God didn't put you there. You put you there. Okay, quit blaming it on Satan. That's another thing. He's not your scapegoat either. My opinion. You know. And I mean, she thinks she's fancy. We all got teleprompters. Just, I don't ever want to use it. Why? Because I want to connect with my community. Why are you doing pre-records and then uploading them as premieres? Are you too busy now? Too busy? Anyways.
So Lauren Matthias is a former television journalist and co-host of the popular hit
Journalist? You might want to recant it. Might want to do your own research there, Meeks.
So Lauren Matthias is a former television journalist and co-host of the popular Hidden True Crime podcast and YouTube channel, which she runs with her husband, Dr. John Matthias, who is
Into the ground.
a forensic psychologist. The channel,
I mean, he's not a good one, though. You didn't say a good one.
Launched in 2020 and gained prominence for their in-depth coverage of the Lori Vallow Daybell murders, blending reporting with psychological analysis.
Wait, whoa. I think this is where she said, yeah, the channel launched in 2020, June 2020. Be specific. Quit being so damn vague. Quit looking so vacant in your eyes. That freaking shit is scary. She's not there, man. It's like, you're in a freaking cult, man.
And gained prominence for their in-depth coverage of the Lori Vallow Daybell murders, blending reporting with psychological analysis. Hidden True Crime currently has 313,000 YouTube subscribers and strong.
You have 25.2. Okay. Who gives a shit what they had? Okay. Unless y'all all in one of the same. I don't know. I'm asking, kind of. I mean, and this is a lot of views for her here lately. 6,437 views since December 31st, 2025. I bet you she does talk about it again. How much you want to bet? This is my first time talking about it. And I'm going to talk about it for the rest of the goddamn year. Okay. I'm going to talk about it till I die because, you know, because I have that right. I have that right. We have the right. We don't have to move on just because people say we do. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they should slow down. Maybe they shouldn't get over shit so fast. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe we need to meet in the middle.
Podcast rankings. In 2025, Lauren became embroiled in a highly publicized civil stalking injunction dispute.
Lauren caused her embroilment, okay? Embroiler.
Involving allegations of harassment from a former contractor and former friend.
Allegations, not actual acts. Just for you.
Now, in 2020, when Hidden True Crime started podcasting from their kitchen table, talking about the day.
Allegedly, that's what they tell you. That's what they tell us. We don't know. They could have been in the damn basement or the tunnels. I don't freaking know. I was not there. Quit acting like you have been there. You know, we buy a lot of what people say at just face value because we trust them. You know, we trust that they have good intentions. And not everybody has good intentions. They might start out with good intentions. What's that song? The whatever's, I don't know. It's country, I think. Anyways, so they claim that they started from their kitchen.
Case, their initial relationships with family members and victims were positive.
According to who? My experience has never been positive. I've even tried telling you this, Megan. You have just said, "Meow," and you shut it off. You shut that off. You shut me off. And I didn't talk about it because you were friends with Lauren. And so I'm just not messy. I don't just sit there and be like, oh my God, you over there talking to her? That's not me. Like, do you, girl, whatever. I don't have the brain capacity for it or the cares. Like, I really don't give a shit. Do whatever. You're going to do whatever you want to do anyway. So just don't be shitty about it. Don't be sneaky or shady or dishonest or that. So, and please get some light back in your eyes, girl. I'm not saying you're dark. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Woodcock publicly praised Hidden True Crime for factual reporting, and other family members.
Was it really factual report? I want to know. Please source this now. I want to know where they were like, oh, you're so factual. Okay. I really want to know. That just doesn't sound like my parents. That's all.
Members participate.
I'm not saying it's not possible because I don't think for my parents, like this one's going to insinuate here soon.
In lives and chats. However, by mid-2025, a fallout occurred, escalating publicly in October.
Oh, speaking of chats, yeah, you know what I had to do to get acknowledged in your friends' chats? Okay, Megan. To get acknowledged in your friends' chats, even with my other family members would be in there. Your family members would even be in there. Not you, but just other. I don't remember. I never heard of you. Never saw you anywhere. Never, nothing. Niente. Zip. Zilch. Who's me and who's Megan, And then you popped up. My mom sent me a link to your interview with Justin Lum. And I was like, who's this bitch? Like, who's you talking? Actually, mom sent me a link with Megan's interview and then said, she's saying the same stuff you've been saying. And I'm like, just better, because she was, and she was like ex-Mormon. So I was like, okay, cool. So it wasn't much for me to befriend her whenever Chad's trial was going on. And we went to the memorial service for the kids, the one Sarah put on and Lauren helped, that one. And that's when I met Megan for the first time. And cool, but I don't know. I just feel like after Awen shared with me that Lauren had put her up to like basically being my handler or a minder, somebody to keep me on the rails. That's keep pressure on the rails. And then say that my mom is who put them up to it. That really fucks with your head, y'all. And then can you imagine going through hell? Not to mention my fiance. I've said it for everybody, my regulars, but there's new people. My fiance had a thoracotomy in oh my God, February of 2020. He was in the recovery. This is all right at the same time that Lori was extradited from Kauai to Idaho. And so Jason was recovering in his room on the pulmonary floor of the hospital. We have 4 kids at home, like I was just run ragged. Drained that's not even proper. My parents weren't here because they were tending to Lori, trying to find out where the damn kids are. Right. Yeah. That's kind of important. That's the whole point. And, so I was here in Lake Charles by myself with, Jason recovering. Thank God he almost died. And I was making a, what do you call it? A chart or whatever, just this is Alima, this is Alex, this is Lori. And because the web was webbing and I was like, oh my God, I don't even understand. And this is early 2020. And the nurse came in and the TV was on and there was COVID coming out, of Wuhan. And I was like, y'all worried about that? And she was like, oh no. About a week later, holy shit, lockdown, right? Lockdown. And had Jason had it been a week later, 2 days later, even, I don't even know if he would have gotten the same surgeon that he did. Amazing surgeon from from Houston, like everything. So that happened. Then, we had like Melanie Gibb, the interview for Dateline. We had with Nate or whatever, but then she ended up on Dateline with her and David. And the infamous Reddit email, or the zombie email came out, and you're trying to figure everything out, and everything's just wonky. Mom and Larry are trying to, if the kids are found, they had rights where they could file, or not rights, but they were in a position where they could file for custody, that they couldn't do it for Tylee because no blood relation, right? But I remember them filing for that, and then Lori not showing up. Nobody. She had like 5 days. She was served in Hawaii. Her and Chad sitting by the pool, living their best life with visions of glory under their leg. Tom Harrison under their leg, basically her leg. And I mean, not to mention it was found in her backpack. It's been found everywhere. There's at least 6 copies of that book. And so all that's going on. Then we have fast forward a little bit where it is, I want to say, let's fast forward to June 2020. So this is whenever the kids were found. That was devastating. That was so fucking devastating. I don't understand. I don't know. I'll never forget that. But it just really was. It still is. So that happened. Kids were recovered, identified, blah, blah. And then they kept their remains forever. And then, we had Hurricane Laura, who the eye of the storm hit our town, our city during COVID. FEMA, nobody showed up, Everybody just worked together. It didn't matter what color, it didn't matter. Everybody just got in and did it. Resilience, because that's what you do, because you have no choice. It's either die, or you just have to live. You have to. I know you don't want to sometimes. I know that sounds great, right? Sometimes, but that's the whole point. You're given this life, live it. So yeah, we were displaced. We were, for a couple of weeks at least. Coming back, and you have to remove all this crap. I've never seen so much lumber in my life. Okay, that was hurricane number 1. That was in August. Hurricane number 2 was just a month and a half later. And we had a tropical storm in between Hurricane 1 and Hurricane 2, Delta and Laura, Laura and then Delta. And then, it was just a shit show. But even the hurricanes were distractions. Does that make sense? So Lauren, to me, has just been a distraction, but she's not. She's gotten too big for her britches, it seems. And I think Megan just came in here with some expectations and some fancy way of wording things, speaking eloquently. I believe what her cousin Summer said about, and I don't care for Summer. Okay. I take them all with a grain of salt because I don't know, just whatever. It doesn't solve the case or break the case, except Summer might, maybe with the connection of Edgar. I don't know. That seems pretty sketch there. Keep your eye on that one. Keep your eye on that one. But anyways, my thing is, we didn't have a choice. We still had all this going on at the same time. Everything else is just motions. It's just automatic. You do it because it's present, and you got to be present for your kids. I haven't been present for my kids in forever. I'm having to adapt to all this again, like just slowly but surely. And then this shit happened, and it's just like, God dang, just when the trials are coming to some kind of end, quote unquote, finally, no, what the hell is that? And I mean, this one made a short. Megan made a short. I remember running across it because I heard people talking about it, about how Megan just thinks that we are all just looking for something to fill this void within us, since her dumb cousin Lori's trial's over. And I'm just like, yeah, no. Well, this ain't it, like I'm not a busy bee, like I like my little downtime if I can have it. So it's like, no, not everybody's looking for the same thing that you are, apparently. Okay. So maybe take a note of that. Like, I know not everybody likes the way I talk and the way I share things and the way I, just explain things. It's not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. And it's okay. It's okay. But it's not okay to just hammer down and just deceive so many people while you're at it because you're too damn ignorant. I'm sorry, not ignorant. You're too damn prideful, Miss Ma'am. Too damn prideful. And you need to be humble too. I think you need to be notched down a couple off that, beanstalk you're way up there on. Holier than thou. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. You put your pants on the same way I do. Just saying. I'm gonna go find those texts.
In lives and chats. However, by mid-2025, a fallout occurred, escalating publicly in October amid Matthias's separate stalking injunction dispute, completely unrelated directly to the Vallow case, but providing context for the timing. I'll have more on this after I address the stalking case. Matthias alleged prolonged online and offline stalking, harassment, and bullying by Christina MacArthur, a Utah-based true crime TikToker,
We're using her
claiming it
fucking
impacted
last
her
name.
family, mental health, and safety. She described an initial friendship that escalated into threats and obsessive behavior, with Christina creating an entire TikTok channel dedicated to harassing and defaming.
It really wasn't. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. As many times as you say it doesn't make it true. Okay? You can say it till you're freaking blue in the damn face, Megan, till you're rebaptized. I don't give a shit. But just because you say it, Lori's beliefs were if you can imagine it, then it's real. So that's not how this works. You can't speak it into existence. I don't care what you say. You need to take her last name out your mouth or just drop it all together and stop your shit. Just because Lauren told me this and that, whenever, and she's going to pick on me in a little bit for using Chat GPT. She's just mad because it sees through all her bullshit. It's what it really is. So I'm just saying. But what did I do? I used Chat GPT to take Joe Schmo, to take his statement that he wrote to the court, the declaration or whatever. And I asked my Chat GPT, I'm like, okay, is there anywhere where Joe actually had firsthand knowledge of any accusations he's making in his declaration? And it was like, nope. It didn't say that, but pretty much. And so that was okay. And Joe is still okay with that because Joe has not corrected himself, the record, Mr. Reporter. You might want to look and run away from that. Okay. Just run. Because no, this is why people can't just go, that's why it's important that people don't just because I say it means it's true. Just because Megan says it doesn't mean she's a psycho, whatever. It doesn't make you superior just because, I've done my healing. You're not ever finished. I've not heard that from any of these kind of people, where they're just like, oh, I'm healed. And I'm like, what happens? Some light just flashes on and you're like, ding, ding, ding. Because that's never happened to me in any process. It's never been like, you're done. You're healed. It's never been like that. And I mean, if so, shit, I'm doing things wrong. I'm doing things backwards. So it's like, okay, just because you say it doesn't mean it's true. Okay. I know that's a big thing in your culture, but it doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't make it reality. Okay. Yep. Yeah. And it's by works. Yeah. I think about that too. Like it's by works. That's how they obtain the celestial kingdom or, Mormon heaven, whatever you want to call it. And if, let's just say, if a Latter-day Saint turns away from the gospel, as Megan has done here, she is a apostate, which is worse than a nevermo like myself who has never had the true gospel, the true word, true church. I didn't turn my nose away from it. I didn't turn away from it. I didn't shun it and walk away. So she's more damned than I am, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Oh, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Alpha Film. Yeah, it spread once it gets to the bones, man. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. It's terrible. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but I saw sorry. Cindy just needs to stop being so damn funny. If Megan didn't have her cousin behind her, oh, it wasn't. It was not okay. Yeah, it was Crazy Mom who would be jealous of Lauren Matthias. Tickled my funny bone. If Megan didn't have her cousin behind her name, what is she bringing to the table? I mean, she really could bring a lot to the table without her cousin's name. But it's the fact that she just ingratiates herself into that, and then it seems like this big doubling down. At least that's how I'm viewing it. And it's not gonna objects may appear larger, and it's different for everybody. So, but the way I saw it, the way it played out, like I didn't go to Megan's channel immediately after all that stuff was happening. There was so many things happening after that 9-hour live. I was just like, at first, I was just like, yeah, okay. I want to go check some of my live streams. I want to say I had one live stream after that, and I was just like, yeah, that really sucks, or I don't know what I said. But that's when I did. I believed what Lauren presented. She looked in distress, and she really is. I believe that wholeheartedly. I don't think that let me down, but she deceived me too. She manipulated. Yeah, that's what happens. And so I'm not exalted, and neither is she, and neither are you. We're going to get duped, and we're going to get duped again. And I mean, if you're a believer in this crazy world and, God, then, this is only going to ramp up. If you don't, then holy shit, it's still going to ramp up. So might as well get prepared for it and sharpen up your discernment and try to help other people to see without. I learned that from just dealing with this more, just with the church, Lori and Chad, how I realized that if you tell somebody that they are an alcoholic, what are they going to do? I mean, have you ever watched that show Intervention? I used to love it. Not love it, but I used to watch it all the time. And they show up and they try to do an intervention. That's why my uncle was murdered, if you think about it, minus the drugs. It was, Lori, you've been deceived. You're talking some crazy shit. Let's do an intervention. And that's like trying to pin somebody in the corner. Don't put baby in the corner, just saying. People will go bug shit crazy. Okay. They usually don't respond well to that. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to sit here and tell people they're in a cult. That's not constructive. And who am I? Come to find out, I'm like, well, my government is kind of a cult. Like my whole life has been a cult. I've been lied to my whole life. So it's like different layers. We're all in different levels, different devils, whatever you want to say. Yes, that. Thank you, Mabel Dragonburn. At least you use ChatGPT mostly objective. She uses Lauren to basically replace her brain. Oh my God. That's not oh my God. I mean, it's a good, yeah. It's a good way to state that, but it's not a good, it's not a good image, for that to be, but it seems like, it's like I just want to say, snap the hell out of him, throw some cold water on her and be like, girl, what are you doing? There's nothing worth selling your soul or yourself or just selling out on humanity, period. I mean, just to be what? Like what'd you do before this? What did we do before this? This isn't the end of the world, literally. Right? It's supposed to not be. Oh. Moments in Trading says, quote, being an alcoholic is a disease, but it's the only disease you get yelled at for. Damn it, Billy, you're an alcoholic. Damn it, Billy, you've got lupus. One of these doesn't sound right, unquote. Woo! That's a big one. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. And it's so true. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you made me cry. I'm not going to cry. All right, let's get through this.
Lauren Matthias.
Allegedly.
On October 15th, 2025, Matthias obtained a temporary restraining order against MacArthur requiring a 500-foot no contact distance. Body cam footage of the service showed that MacArthur was aware of the injunction, and police advised her that despite her having tickets to CrimeCon for months, she was not to attend the convention and she was to stay 500 feet away from Matthias. A full hearing was scheduled during which Matthias requested it be closed to the public and media for privacy, but the judge ruled that the hearing must be public per Utah law, as stalking injunctions are not exempt from open court rules. Then the Law and Crime Network planned to stream the hearing, prompting backlash from Matthias's attorneys. Shortly after, Matthias voluntarily dropped and withdrew the petition, citing concerns for her child's privacy and well-being amid potential public exposure by Law and Crime. On October 15th, Matthias went live on YouTube for a 9+ hour live stream detailing her side, presenting evidence such as screenshots and messages, and expressing fear. Initially, the live garnered significant views, but it divided the true crime community. Supporters praised her transparency and highlighted creator safety issues, and critics accused her of one-sided storytelling, potential defamation by naming MacArthur indirectly, and misusing legal processes for her own personal means.
Wait, whoa.
Counter allegations.
Did you just say that she used it indirectly, but then is bitching because also it was used indirectly in the other direction? Hold on. What did she just say? YouTube for a 9-hour play. Blah, blah, blah. All right. And expressing fear. Initially, fear of her own words coming out to haunt her ass. There's a big difference, Megan. Initially, the live garnered significant views. Yeah, because we couldn't believe the spectacle that we just witnessed. I feel like some part of this though, like by the end of that stream, I couldn't see. I was literally blind, and I was like, I don't know, I can't even focus anymore. I'm serious. No. I feel like there's some kind of spell or something, like some bibbity boppity stuff or whatever. Like, when people say the same, there's just things. There's NLP. I think it's what it's called. Huggy Barrel schooled me in the chat. But and I forget what it's called. Non-linguist. I don't know how to say it. But anyways, it's like Tony Robbins, he'll he comes off as charismatic and you're like, he's a big goof, just a big Nephilim or something. I don't know what he is. No, maybe. But there's hypnosis, y'all, and stuff like that. I'm just saying, look, diving into the stuff that I dive into with the Tom Harrison, with the ketamine treatments, with the whole script that I've ran it also through a chat GPT I was like, wait, this sounds familiar. This script sounds familiar. Like, what is this? It sounds like an MK Ultra experiment or something. And it was like, correct. It was allegedly that, Tom allegedly did to Tim Ballard. And so if Chad Daybell met with Tom Harrison, who's to, right before the murders, by the way, who's to say that, that didn't happen to Chad as well? So I'm just asking questions. I'm not accusing. It just is very sus. And these are what my findings find. And if they change, I'll bring that to you too. And you can decide there. Over here, we don't force a narrative because that's not justice for the victims. When they force these narratives, when they force their narrative, and it overpowers them. It overpowers the actual victims at the heart of the story. And that to me, I don't know, it evokes some kind of rage inside of me. That's just like an injustice, like, I can't bring them back. Nothing can bring them back, breathe life back into them. But what can happen to correct things, so to speak, to acknowledge things and actually find the root of the problem, okay, there's many things, then that's the only thing to me that could actually give them justice after they've already left this earth. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it matters. That's why it matters. Their true stories, their true horror, okay? That they love. All these like Lauren and John, like they go the hell off on all this stuff, you know? It's so exploitative. I didn't realize just how much because knowing what I know now and what I've experienced and then looking back has been a whole different ball game for me. I'm like, who is this? Who are these people? They are way worse than I ever imagined. And that was just, and they were bad in my mind, you know? Very interesting, but all that just to ramble. Hold on. Let me just back it up, damn it. Law and crime.
Then the Law and Crime Network planned to stream the hearing, prompting backlash from Matthias's attorneys. Shortly
That's
after
what they
Matthias,
do, Meigs. That's what they do. They did nothing out of the ordinary for their line of work, their business. That's what they do. It don't bother you to stream them. Just saying. Just saying. Don't bother Lauren to keep it on her website right now, actively still showing her interviews, her and John's media appearances. And they're like, law and crime, News Nation. And I'm like, I'd make her ass take them off if that were me. Anyways, I'm jumping
voluntarily
ahead.
dropped and withdrew the petition, citing concerns for her child's privacy and well-being amid potential public exposure by Law and Crime.
Megan told me once or asked me once, she was like, did you get like some reason, whatever, I sent her information. And she was like, did you get that from a trusted source? And I was like, yeah, that website over there. Like, and I mean, it kind of, and for a moment, it'll shame me a little bit. And I'll be like, well, damn, it's not as worthy. This information is not as worthy as what you and the band getting together and riffing, on Mormon Stories podcast, setting a narrative, so to speak. Lauren's the leader, I mean, I'm just saying, I like to go through all information. Nothing's off limits. I'm not under any boundaries. I'm not on the rails. Okay. You're not my mommy. You know what I mean? Like, you're not the boss of me or the information. You're not the gatekeeper. You're not, what the hell? Okay. That just freaked me out. I was like, is there a bug in my hair? No. Okay. My hair moved. Anyways. And that was funny. Huh? But, yeah, like don't shame me because I got the information over here. 9 out of 10 times that shit's right. Or it helps to understand a bigger picture. I don't know everything. It works for me, and I mean, how she does it probably works for her, and that's fine too. But just walling things off and saying off limits to potential evidence that to me sounds asinine. Like, that just sounds so stupid. I don't have a better word. Ignorant, stupid, dumb. I don't know.
On October 15th, Matthias went live on YouTube for a 9+ hour live stream detailing her side, presenting evidence.
But let's not forget that Lauren went live, monetized. Show did. Dramatized, monetized, all the things. And I just find that super disgusting to me. Like, out of all the emotions that she claimed she had and experienced, and oh my God, she was so scared. Her son was so scared, and all everybody was so scared. Grayson's scared. She's shitting herself. I mean, everybody's just so goddamn scared. But she's like, oh, money? Okay, yeah. Click. Click. To me, that's just like, yeah, you're gross. You're a special one, huh? And I don't mean special in a good way. I mean, like, oh my God, really?
Evidence such as screenshots and messages and expressing fear.
No, there was no evidence. There was, look, Megan, watch, I can do it. Watch, I'll do it. You want me to show you some evidence? Watch out. I'm going to frame you. Where are you going? Are you going to CrimeCon next year, Megan? I won't tell. Oh, okay. You're going? Okay. Well, me and all my broken gems over here, okay, recovering gems, we're going to show up at CrimeCon or wherever you go, just a year from now. We'll go there, allegedly. Don't take this as no damn threat. It's hypothetical. Lord. and we're gonna, just serve you as soon as you get there with a restraining order, a temporary restraining order, whatever. Okay, telling you can't be there, but you just flew in, literally just flew in. There's like a whole posse of gyms, just not being very nice. We'll just say that. And I mean, they're there to. I mean, can you imagine the fucking mind f that is? Like, just to be like, oh my god, like I'm trying not to bring the names up, like, just trying to put myself in her position, or, I put myself in Lauren's position already for 9 hours, okay? And then I was just like, yes, it's just not okay. I didn't see any evidence. Really didn't. You're there. It's like when you're in a live stream, there's so many things going on simultaneously. Plus, I mean, right now, down in the chat, what are y'all doing? Anybody just cackling back and forth, and just, you have regular life outside of the chat. I mean, it's constantly busy, right? We're busy, 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 busy. So you're I was distracted by a lot of things. I didn't sit there and listen to her intently. I didn't stare at the screen. I couldn't even see the shit. I told you I couldn't see by the end of it. How many others, couldn't see? I mean, I was blind. And so I mean, it's like you can't just yeah, okay, watch this. Oh, yeah. Oh, so here this happened, okay, and then over here, oh, yeah, and then just using all the emotionally charged letters, words, texts, voicemails you're trying to freaking put together, and then you're listening to what the person's saying, but what they're presenting is not making any damn sense, especially when you go back like I did and you say, wait, oh, I thought this was a picture of the Hoover Dam or something. It's not. Why is Jason calling me? I got to mute for a second. Let me play Megan. Okay. Damn it. I can't get over there fast enough. Where's that? Ah. Hello. Yes. Okay. Your recording sucks. Oh, you need to stop you got it on fast. I had it on fast in there. So put it on regular speed. All right. I love you. Did I mute myself? I did not. I did not mute myself. I turned my camera off. What? See what I mean? So Jason just said, "Oh my god." He was like, "You're buffering really bad, or your streaming really sucks." I was like, "Your streaming really sucks." Anyways, well, you heard, right? You heard. And so before coming back here, I had my TV on 1.25 in there. So that's what it does. It'll like skits out. Anyways, thank you, babe.
Initially, the live garnered significant views, but it divided the true crime community.
It really didn't. It really showed her true colors. Lauren exposed herself, in my opinion, in my experience. I felt so vindicated as I say, coming out of it, coming out of her, whatever the hell, her manipulation, I don't know what to call it yet. But I felt freer and lighter and brighter each and every day. Each and every day. Now there's some setbacks, as there are always setbacks, like, when I ran across your video, Megan, on New Year's Eve, just taking some jabs, not in a live audience either, like you used to do. Not live at all. Instead, you're having to defend yourself. You're I'm not going on the looks because, I mean, again, look at me. But your looks have changed too. And I don't mean that in an ugly way. Just, I don't know if your mask fell. I don't know what it is. I don't know yet. It's up to you, I think. But it is what it is. It just sucks.
Supporters.
I didn't want her to prove, I didn't want her to prove me prove me wrong, I guess. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to believe Lori. It's just not in the cards, you know? I wanted to believe Lauren. I wanted to believe John. I don't set out to just hate people. I don't hate them. I don't hate anybody, but I really dislike them a whole lot now. It's really pretty yeah. There'd have to be a whole lot of other evidence pointing to the opposite direction for me to turn around. Like, it's so scary because people are just looking at this like it's some kind of like you can just decide, oh, well, that's not that bad, you know. Oh, no, 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 that girl Lauren's fine, you know. And then you stay over there, and then you find out, you're gonna find out on your own, and I hate that for you, but I know I'm a hardhead too. I get it, right? But to me, it's like there's so many opportunities where this duo can harm so many other people who are vulnerable, who are missing loved ones, who are mourning them, grief, all the things. And then here they come because they targeted the vulnerable person. They set their sights on you. They set their hooks into you. They're like, "Oh, we can help." They're so polished, and well, more Lauren. She does that for her and John. I think he just gives her a tongue lash, and he's like, you know. Anyways, okay. I'm sorry. I need a cigarette. But like, it's dangerous because I think that's what makes them, to me, more manipulative, more dangerous, more sneaky because like Lori with the police, you know, she wiggled her way out of that shit many times, you know. I mean, it catches up to you because that's what happens. But I mean, just think of how much further they got. What if that would have been like looking like that dude, what, Stacy or whatever the hell, I don't know their names, in the Vaughn case, and in Michael Vaughn's case. I don't know their names, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you make pretty eyes. You're probably not going to get out of it, girl. You know, just not being ugly, just being real. Same for me, you know. I mean, what, we were watching it with Jay, Every Day with Jay, earlier today, and where Lauren's, or yesterday, I forget, where Lauren's stretching in front of the cop and just her belly, and I'm just like, what a hooker. You know, like, if that is what she's doing, it's not appropriate what she's doing. First off, you know, you don't sit there and do that in front of the damn cop because you don't want to be on the phone with your hubby anymore, part-time hubby, whatever y'all are doing. Y'all been unhappy for a long time, and I think that y'all have just really projected all of your nastiness and your misery, and misery loves company, and here you are, ding, ding, ding. Wife's been talking shit behind everybody's backs, okay? In my opinion, allegedly, and from what I've seen there. Might wanna maybe divorce that or quit pretending. We're not dumb like they all paint us to be. I'm like, wow, I don't know. I don't know if I can think another thought. Not without them thinking for me or helping me. Don't let them do that to you.
Praised her transparency and highlighted creator safety issues, and critics accused her of one-sided storytelling, potential defamation by...
It's called trial by media is the term that I found that is so fitting. Totally trial by media. That way she could like perform the trial, like lay everything out, and then prevent the opposition or the, you know, Christina and friends from sharing their side of the story. Whether there were text messages that were going to come out or not, it was going to damage Lauren's narrative, her trial by media. Okay. And that's why, okay, yeah, I have to say this right here. I wish I could find my little blurb on it right now, but I can't. Can I? I would play her some more, but I'm not trying to do that to you. But it's, oh, I know what I'll do. Do this, and do trial by media. Because I have some good points. I put trial media. Law and crime. Y'all please hit the thumbs up and share it out if you will, please. while we're here. All right, I think that's it. So, okay, this says trial by live stream, a critical discourse, analysis of manipulation, due process, and media ethics in hidden true crime stalker narrative. I call it a stalker hoax. Sometimes I call it a stalker scandal. Anyways, it's so damaging. I mean, just what, oh my God. Anybody who's okay with framing an innocent person, woman, man, I mean, that it kind of is a dead giveaway for what happened to Richard Allen and how they view it and how they, yeah. Anyways, because I mean, you'd have to be okay with framing an innocent woman if you totally were not appalled by and just your compassion for someone being totally brainwashed and just, I don't even know the word right now. I'm sitting here trying to say it and I can't find it. Just tortured. Torture. Would she say torturous or whatever? No. I would never. And I mean, so if we live in a society where that's okay and they're okay, we're fucked. Straight up. Because that, don't think it could be your brother, your sister, your mom, or your dad, or your kid. Think about you. I mean, just picture you getting locked up for something you said. Maybe, but didn't. But somebody framed it this way and presented their evidence. I mean, come on. That is freaky. And that ain't anywhere I want to live or be a part of that society. Because that is a jack the hell up inverted society. And that's scary to me. Anyway, so that it says the 9-hour live stream hosted by Lauren, Hidden True Crime Channel, detailing her self-perceived stalking situation, transcends a simple personal account. It must be understood as a meticulously constructed discursive event, a complex communicative act designed to shape reality and exert power. This event functions simultaneously as a personal narrative of fear, a piece of monetized digital content, a very lucrative one, a public relations campaign, and most critically, an extrajudicial proceeding aimed at seizing narrative control and achieving a specific outcome outside the confines of the normal, formal legal system. And so it says this report employs the framework of critical discourse analysis, or CDA, to dissect the live stream. CDA is an analytical approach that examines how language is used to construct and maintain power imbalances within society. In this context, Lauren, as the content creator, narrator, and platform owner, occupies a position of immense discursive power. She controls the flow of the information, frames the narrative. Not only that, she has Dr. John freaking double down behind her, and then all her little friends. Looking at you, Trish, and what the hell, Duty Ron, Megan, Joe, all you people. Susan Hendricks, we ain't forgot about you, girl. Oh, speaking of, there is an interview out there, or whatever collab, I don't know what we're gonna call it, but Susan Hendricks had Megan on her channel, and she talked about trafficking, all that she does on everyone, on every interview. So, but anyways, that would be interesting to analyze. The accused, by contrast, is absent, silenced. This is Christina. The accused, by contrast, is absent, silenced, and unable to contest the narrative as it unfolds in real time. And then they want to be like, I don't know why we're still talking about this in 2026. That's what I'm saying. Because you're watching, I can't imagine being Christina and her, all her friends, and not even just people who are being accused. They're all lumping them into one anyways. It's like an interchanging 5 or 10 people and saying, that's my stalker. That's my perpetrator. That's the murderer. That's scary. That's not how that works, ma'am. Sit down. There's a gnat. I hate gnats. If you hate gnats, press 1. Anyway, so it says, this dynamic creates a profound power asymmetry that is central to the manipulative potential of the event. The central, this is very wordy. So it goes on to talk about rhetorical manipulation. Here, I'll share my tab. Rhetorical manipulation. It just doesn't seem very large, huh? Or I'm getting old. I'm joking. Sorry. I might need to mute for a second. Hold on. No, but I would pay good money. I would. Thank you. Thank you, Jot Talk. It's me watching them, watching us. Oh my God, we're going to get along, you and me. Oh, yeah. I love being a dork. Exactly. If Megan was accused of being a stalker, she would be talking about it every day. You can best believe that. Who wouldn't? So that's why I don't understand where the disconnect is. I'm just like, what's really going on? Why is it not going ding? Or are we shutting it off? Are we going, was there an agreement between accusers, those accusing Lauren? And then, I mean, did Megan do no, that's some I don't know. Did Megan do a declaration? I don't think she did, but did she? For anybody who's expert in this. Anyways, but she might as well have. She was there running into full sprint. I say she looks like a damn puma because she's like in the bar and she's like, it's like slow motion Baywatch, running scene or something. And I'm just minus the bathing suit, thank God. And they bitch about Christina being in socks. And I'm like, girl, that's my kind of peeps right there. I would do the same thing and just be me because that's okay to be you. They're so damn stuck up. Anyways, she then in July, while in Denver, got close to law enforcement before CrimeCon. Exactly. It was so. Now it's like I don't know whether Lauren played the police or, I don't know how much is doing what, that's something that's just going to shake out, I guess, over time. Yeah. But I mean, yes, I would think Megan would be just as crazy if I didn't see her defending herself. I'd be like, hey, girl, what's up? What are you doing? I mean, right? On the other side of this, wouldn't you? Yes, that too, Kathy G. Thank you. Too much abuse of state resources can get people in trouble. They take away more rights. The state took my neighbor to court for doing that, which ties up more resources, right? I learned about that too as this was playing out. That's one big thing. People really, I've never been in this situation. And I mean, that's how I learned. It's just kind of by trial and error, basically, just either watching it go down and being in, like I'm invested. At first, I didn't want anything I didn't know what the hell this was, I didn't know what to make of it. Honestly, it just looked like a bunch of scribbles on a page. And I was just like, okay, I didn't know what to make of it. But that is part of the tactic, in my opinion. And I mean, I wish I'd have published this a long time ago, but I never did for some reason. It's called Poisoning of the Well. I put if. Poisoning of thy well. No. Okay. All right. I found my papers. Just can't show them to you because they're on my phone. Okay. So this is much easier to read. Suppressing messages. Lauren's main motive appears to have been suppressing leaked messages about the Daybell Vallow victims and others. Contradictory actions. Her claim to dismiss the protection order for her son's privacy contradicts her subsequent 9-hour live stream that she monetized and where she shares his personal trauma anyways. Yeah. Then we have weaponizing family dynamics. I can vouch for this one. Aligning with victims. Lauren positions herself as a defender of the users of my family's of my family, attacking others who have defamed victims to gain credibility. Targeting accusers. She specifically names individuals like Janice to undermine their credibility and align herself with the victim's community. This is a mind trip right here, y'all. I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. Like it really is. It's really, it's not a stable mind. And I didn't realize how, I mean, even with Lori Vallow under my belt, like they're delusional. But just, I guess, to watch it, I don't know. I really don't know what it is, but it's like, whoa, that's scary. That's a weapon all in of itself, in my opinion. So it says, manipulation tactics, out of context defense. Lauren frames leaked messages as out of context or misleading context to prime crazy mom. Thank you. Except my ADD just proved me to be like, oh, ADD. Just kidding. It was worth it. All right. So this is interesting because that's why I wanted to bring it up tonight, because I should have published it a long time ago, back in November. Out of context defense, Lauren frames leaked messages as out of context, or misleading context to prime us, her audience, to disbelieve them. So when they do come out, what's happening? Okay. That's when we get to this. Let's see. Hold on. Didn't have this ready. Okay. I hate when it does that. All right. Ooh. Okay. Now watch. Or listen.
To appeal, claiming that they complied with Arizona law. But if this case goes through, it could set a precedent for mandatory reporting in religious contexts. And I frankly am watching this one very.
What the hell is she talking about? Let me slow her down.
Very, very closely.
We'll watch it.
Then there are 2 cases in 2025 that were filed, one against Mark Stevens, who accuses him, a former bishop, of forcible SA in his office.
Wait, what did she do?
There's another therapist.
She always like mutes Lori. Like, I wish I had that option, but I don't. So that says a lot about Megan's place in all this, maybe. And take mine, for example. I don't have that option. Like, I'm not like cancel. Like Lori is Lori is all day long. She's going to be the same Lori from here on out. And so I just think it's weird to mute somebody. It's still dehumanizing. It's still not allowing yourself to go through the actual, emotions. Putting her on mute and just reading her words. Yeah, sometimes it's easier. It can be triggering. I get it. But it's like, I also kind of don't understand it either. Why skip such a very, I would think, important step of actually the whole experience, hearing that person out? Like, just because they did what they did, doesn't mean that I have to be like them. I don't have to subject myself to it. I can just say, oh no, I'm not going to cover that, but I want to because it's important to understanding the whole picture, the whole thing, why everything happened the way they did. I still have concerns for the killers, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Don't come at me. Okay. I mean, I have empathy. That doesn't change, and compassion. That doesn't change who I am. I'm still me, I am not them who don't have empathy, who kill and enjoy it and are okay with it. Like, that's a reminder of emotions and having that they don't have. Anyways, for what it's worth, I hope Jot Talk is analyzing that right there. Anyways, let's see. So this says, this is interesting. Poisoning the well. The live stream is described as an exercise in poisoning the well, where Lauren attempts to discredit her accusers by framing them as malicious bullies. How many people left that 9-hour live stream and was actually repeating the very words that Lauren said as if fact, as if we're Megan here? Okay. I'm not proud of it. I mean, she got me because she wasn't protecting her stalker, my stalker, she wasn't protecting her. I compare it to how Lori constantly referred to my Uncle Charles as my husband, my husband, my husband. It drove us crazy, right? We're like, bitch, that ain't your husband. Like your husband's over there on death row. What Lori did was dehumanize, distance, uh she still distanced herself from actually that's that's not her husband, just like Lauren did with Christina. She didn't blur her face or protect her. She didn't call her stalker, not her alleged stalker, by the way. That's where you're gonna run into some trouble. um so to me it was just that was a manipulation tactic right there, because it appeared that Lori was like, my husband. I mean, I'm saying my husband, you had an affair with my husband, that kind of thing. It doesn't make it real. It doesn't make him closer to you. It doesn't make him alive again. It doesn't mean that you didn't kill him or have him killed. It doesn't mean any of that. It just shows the depth that these people will go to in order to just straight up cancel culture. Straight up. No. I mean, just to feel superior and in control, and gross. It's gross to me. Mm-mm. Saw through you. Saw through you. Never. You know what? I've said this before. I have Lori and Chad were convicted, her in 23, him in 24. While Lori was convicted, I still said, I was able to say, "Oh yeah, no, she killed my nephew and my step cousin." And but for my uncle, because she was only convicted in Idaho, I had to say allegedly my uncle, allegedly she shot at Brandon. Until each one went through, Chad was convicted. Finally, I could say not allegedly, because I mean there's a conviction, but I swear I drilled that in my head back, I don't know, when I first learned you probably should say allegedly. You can't just say things as fact, which is what they are doing, which blows my mind. Erasure, there you go. That's a good word. That I feel like that's what they did to freaking Tylee, tried to do. Or maybe all of them to an extent, but it seems like Tylee, they just anyways. Blah. I mean, we live in the same country, I do believe, and that's like this whole culture of convicting the person before they're ever taken to trial, before they ever face their day in court. It's innocent until proven guilty. Look, I hate it just as much as the next person when it was Lori and Chad, and I was like, "What? I don't understand." But you know what? I just needed to cool my jets and understand a little more about the law and how that works, the process, right? So, I mean, nobody's expecting anybody else to just come out and just know it, And I definitely don't want you to have to live it at all. Definitely not this way, but to just out of because it's right, because you want to give the other person, other people the same respect that you're expecting and sometimes demanding, it seems, some of these streets. So it's like, I mean, it's just the right thing to do. First off, we don't know until they're actually convicted in a court of law. And okay. I mean, it's so easy. It's just so easy just to adapt your okay. I see. Man, that's sad, Uncle Jerry. It really is. That this is my family, y'all. Mm. She weaponized everything and everybody. That to me is sad. I love you. Wow. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah. That was awkward and uncomfortable. Yeah, that's so sad. Let me go off camera for a minute. Okay. Okay. When people ask what's going on, please tell them. Oh, sorry. I'm trying. It's just a game to her, though. This is my real fucking life. You know? She's okay with that, too. I'm not okay with anybody that's okay with that. I've never had him talk. Nobody in my family has ever talked to me like that. He's my godfather on top of that. You know, it's just, it really fucking sucks. I mean, yeah, I'm not a Vallow. I mean, how fucking awesome is that, Lauren? Yeah. Yeah, well, we're probably gonna cut this one short, y'all. Freaking just, I don't know where that came from. It just. Sorry.
That she's saving. Does that make sense? Okay. So the cease and desist, I don't know what the cease and desist said. If that was says no contact with you or whatever, or no whatever. So that's something that you can give to your lawyer. Then he can do with what you need to, because some of this stuff will probably fall in the civil area more than a criminal area. So when was the cease and desist sent out?
April 9th of this year.
Okay, and then you said she contacted Gigi after the fact,
Yes.
and you know this how?
We know this from Gigi, and there is a victim named Jerry Vallow. He is let me clarify, he is a because I know everything's very important legally. His brother was murdered, so he's a survivor. Like, he's not the victim of the crime. He's the one giving a victim impact statement.
Mhm.
He's a big part of this trial, a witness, a victim impact statement, and he let us know today that Stephanie is talking to Colette.
Or to Gigi.
To Gigi.
He called me this morning.
Okay, it still goes to Gigi though. So
Yeah. He told me
this is still third party. I get you're
That's
getting
fine,
information.
just asking.
I would have to talk to Gigi. She would be the one that would have to give it up.
Okay, that's great. If that's what you need to do.
So once again, when was she contacted then?
Gigi, or
Yeah, Gigi.
that's something she'd have to give up to you.
But she said that she was contacted after that, or through this other party. This other party says Gigi was contacted after that.
Gigi told me the first email she got regarding Lauren's private communications was during the trial last week, which came from a Proton email, which is the same email we got on June 9th. So that.
And I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. Uncle Jerry, you're not the only person going through this. I'm sorry for what she's done. And you'll see one day, I hope. Anyways, she was okay with using your name over and over again because she was trying to stop her own text talking shit about the rest of your family, Jerry. Talking about comparing herself with your dead, murdered brother. My dead, murdered uncle. Who I have to say never turned his back on me for sure. Mm. Mm. I don't know. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go. Well, it's not because, I'm still a fucking Vallow. Okay, I don't care what you say. I don't care what Lauren does. I don't give a shit. It doesn't change my reality. And I'm sorry that but this actually proves a very, very, very important point. And it just proves this side even further of how far the exploitation will go. It doesn't matter the cost. Doesn't matter. If it was just you and Lauren on the planet, she would throw you away. Just like Lori did Charles. But, what do I know? I'm just some stupid little whatever, Thank y'all. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. And love always does win, Uncle Jerry.